They're without coach here, Stingy going to be having a manager. I guess he's,
I mean, like,
I feel like he's doing a fantastic job.
Exactly.
So to be honest, Lunatix felt like a sinking ship, but he was doing really, really well. But of course, now without further ado, we are going to be jumping straight into the draft here for Game 1 and Day 1 here for the second week of MPL MY Season 12. Lunatix will be on the blue side, RGMY on the red side, and coming into this draft here, Valentina, Edith, Angela, Franco, and Kaja has been banned. Pretty straightforward S tier bans here. But what is going to be the priority here coming from Lunatix?
That's the problem, because I talked with a lot of the coaches, and they do believe that the first pick right now is a very dangerous spot for you to be in. You prefer to be on the second pick just because now, compared to all of the previous patches, some even go to the extent of saying the draft is 80% where you're winning a game. Before this, people could say it was 50-50, 50 draft, 50 gameplay. Now it's like, no, it's about 70 to 80%. And the problem is, whatever first pick that you have, there's an answer right now. There's always an answer. So even picking up the Martis, which is incredible in the jungle, there's going to be ways to fight against it.
Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, Martis is definitely one of the heroes that has the highest pick rate thus far from week 1. However, it is on a 50% win rate. But at the same time, flexibility is going to be the key here, especially when it comes to first pick drafts here. The response coming from RGMY is going to be the Eve as well as the Joy. Seems like they are still leaning on towards the traditional meta they are leaning onto here. But Lunatix, they are going to pick the Claude for themselves. So I'm guessing it is going to be the classic Dato Claude that we have seen from Season 11.
Yeah, I understand the Claude pick just because it is very good against all these high ground mages like the Eve, like the Farsa. But the thing is, we have to see where this Joy is going. If the Joy is going to the mid lane or the EXP, it can have that Vengeance. And the Vengeance is very good against fighting against the Claude. The burst damage is going to be a lot. Now, with that being said, we do have to see for RGMY what their roamer pick is going to be, whether they will have enough damage transitioning from the early to the mid game.
Yep. At the same time, Grok has been picked coming from Team Lunatix. I'm a little bit surprised with this. I'm a little bit surprised by this early pickup because there has been a rise in pickups coming from the previous week. A lot of Edith for either XP or potential.
Yeah, but Edith got banned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this Grok is good in itself, but it's even worse if you give it to RGMY. I feel like that's the reason, because I was just talking about transitioning from the early to mid when it comes to the damage, because the Eve needs just a little bit of scaling, because the Eve has good damage, but it's all about controlling your opponents. The Joy has good damage, but you have to see if the Joy is in the mid area, either jungle or mid laner. So if the Grog goes to RGMY, it's going to be a big headache for Lunatix. I feel like it's a very good pick for them, just to deny.
Fair enough. But at the same time, what's really surprising is that during the first week of the first week of MPLMY, it was a trend of picking up Cho roams all the way through. And then second week, third week, everything was kind of away from it. But now, people kind of stray away from it here. But here's a little bit of fun fact coming from Leo. The real deal, Leo is currently having the highest average KDA in MPLMY after week 1. But he could not help his team close out the game.
Here's the thing. People are saying that Lolios is coming back to his prime, and his prime was Season 7.
Yeah.
Just a quick reminder, Season 7 is where Skadaga was there.
That was him playing XP lane back then.
No. He was playing the gold lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was the MVP of the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So he was good when Skadaga was there. And then they changed the coach. He wasn't doing well. Skadaga coming back in, and now he looks like he's Season 7 self again. So, I don't know. Personal take, I kind of feel like Skadaga knows how to unleash the best out of Lolios.
I guess when it comes to mental coaching is very, very important in that regards. But hopefully it will transition really, really well, considering that RSG, as well as Lunatix, both these teams hasn't exactly win a single game yet in Season 12. And seeing now the bans here, we do see the Matilda and Cho ban. I just brought up the Cho, and immediately they're taking it out of the equation. So I'm assuming, I am assuming.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bans for the room from RGMY.
Yeah.
They're really targeting the mid.
All these heroes are very strong against Fanny. In particular, I feel like Jungle Fanny might be a good pickup coming from RGMY.
Fanny has been banned.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was just about to bring it up, and Lunatix just, final ban it. It's all right.
Yeah, just saying.
Feels bad,
All right, so now RGMY.
It feels scripted now.
Yeah, because now looking at the situation, Claude is going to be a problem. I feel like with Lolia's current performance, I think the Beatrix can deal with the Claude very well. It can win the lane, and I feel like that's part of the reason why Diggy has been banned out, as well as the Matilda and the Cho, because they can be a very good lane bully. So now with them out of the picture, the next pick is kind of going to show where this Joy is going to be, either the jungle or the EXP. So they're showing the roam first. Still very flexible for the Joy. Because Demon Kite, so far, he's only shown like what? Martis and Frederick. He hasn't shown all the other heroes they can use.
Oh, we do see the Kadita being picked up coming from Lunatix. So we might actually see, like you said as well, the double roam here as well. They might send the Grok towards XP and then pick up another mage here, considering that Lunatix may not have the best amount of magical damage here, considering that Kadita is not exactly the traditional poke mage. Compared to like how Eve is. So they are going to be leaning in that direction? No, they're not. They're banging on just Kadita being the solo mage and Benedetta playing the XP lane.
This is going to be very interesting in terms of the matchup, because Benedetta has shown in MPLMY, but not being that great. So I kind of feel like the Benedetta, as well as the, I would say all 5 heroes from Team Lunatix is very dive heavy. You can go to the back line. What is this? Pachi, but you're a girl. Why you Pachi? You should be Machi. But either ways, I'm not gonna be a, you know, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I don't know whether I can say it or not. Either ways, RSGMY, their very last pick here. Now that they've seen the matchup, they could easily transition the Joy into the jungle if they want. I kind of feel like it is dangerous in the jungle, in my personal opinion. So they're going for the Lancelot just because the Grok and Martis, as well as the Kadita is there. You could get very heavily punished. So I like letting Demon Kite use the Lancelot here.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be a Fredrin matchup going against the Martis here, but considering that, you know, Demon Kite does have this mechanical prowess to do his own thing, and you talked about how Demon Kite was struggling in the previous week here to actually go for 50-50 trade-offs and objectives here, I think having the Lancelot gives him that mobility to do so, and seeing this draft here, who do you think is the better draft?
Honestly, looking at the draft, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm really favoring RSGMY because I feel like even in the bands themselves, they roughly understand what's going on with Lunatix. As long as you don't let their mid do anything, it's going to be a nothing game. They can just win off everything.
All right, you know, seeing the drafts pretty much set coming in from both Lunatix as well as RSGMY. Lunatix banging on a lot of mobility and pickoff potential, while RSGMY looking for that close poke up, straight up, front-to-front matchup here. I'm excited to see how this is going to go for the first game of the second week here in MPLMY Season 12. This is Game 1 between Lunatix going up against RSGMY.
It's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to approach the fight as well, because another thing that I like about the RSG draft is that they don't have to go for a front-to-back team fight, because they can go for crazy flanks with the Lancelot as well as the Kufra and as well as the Joy. So they can really take different angles that Lunatix, they don't normally have. They can have crazy angles with Zakus on this drop, but otherwise it's going to be a front-to-back team fight.
You know, RSGMY just has a little bit more mobility in that regard, but we did briefly catch towards the emblems as well on both sides here. I do see like 3 to 4 agilities coming from RSGMY, so they do have those kind of mobilities, but at the same time, Chen is going to be a little bit of trouble. Repo finds a very nice pick-off on his own. Chen not even using the Petrify as well.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he roughly understands this is it for me. It's going to be, I'm going to revive way faster than my Petrify is going to come up. So I think it's fine for that kind of trade, but it is something that I see here that Lunatix, they have a set plan. Even if it's good or not, they're just going to execute it. And in that kind of situation, they're less flexible to understand. It's not a good pickup.
Oh, but at the same time, Zaps catches to Asia, needs to run for his life. He's down to his 1 HP. He pops his Petrify, but Storm won't normal attack him, while Yuna focused down on Asia. Easy double kill coming from Lunatix.
I mean, I hear when the fans are like, yo, we're already getting a little bit bored of seeing Martis, but you can't argue with results. RSG initiated the fight, and Lunatix got away with it with a double kill.
Yuna is just so strong, right? Like, the power of Martis is just great. And look at this, Repo. He's going to try and salvage the situation, try and bully out Chen. A couple of trades here and there. He's very close to his level 4, but now when it comes to the first turtle engagement here, Lunatix perfect control once again. And I like how RNG just completely ignores this. Top side though, Liu's dropping a little bit low, but he is going to be A-okay. Turtle will be in the hands of Lunatix.
Right now, honestly, I just want to see, Demon Kite, are you going for a tanky Lancelot or a damage-oriented Lancelot? Because looking at his rotation for now, it looks like he's going for the damage. And if he's going for damage, it sounds counterintuitive. But in early stages of the game, he's not going to be involved in a lot of fights. He wants to outscale. He wants to out-farm the enemy jungler here from Yuna. So looking at the goal, it does look like Lunatix still have the advantage.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know jungle matchup, how it's looking like.
It's difficult. You know, Demon Kite is level 5, Yuna is level 7 as well as Vav. They are going to try and engage and dive into his Asia once again. They go in for the punish on the Kadita. Great opening coming in from RSGMY, but is it going to be enough? Because Yuna is in this vicinity, but RSG, I guess they're not going to push it.
Yeah, for now, it is going to be a scaling competition. Keanu was able to dodge the damage with an eye for an eye. For now, the goal difference went from 1,000 to only 700-ish for now. Deto is... Oh, looks like Deto's going in.
Oh my goodness, what a setup coming from Lunatix as well. They timed it with the wall charge coming from
beautiful.
Zakas. Easy double kill coming from Team Lunatix. RSGMY did not expect that at all.
Talk about a bait, man. Like, Lolios goes for that all the time. He's just like, yo, you're low? You want to disrespect me? I'm going in. He still doesn't understand. It's like, yo, I know you want to come in. So we're dragging you back here. And then a beautiful engage as well coming in from Yuna as well as Zakas, knowing that he's definitely going to overextend.
Yep, aggression coming once again. Zeph, he is going to try and punish Chen here, but they are still hard contesting the purple buff here. They're not letting Demon Kite the easiest way to farm. He just got his level 7, and Yuna is close to hitting level 9 very soon as well.
Yeah. Almost 2,000 gold advantage for Lunatix. I kind of feel like a lot of RSG fans did not see this coming. I mean, did you see this coming? Lolios already having to use his flicker because Zakas as well as Aisha Ohana is also not giving him a good time.
Agreed, but now Yuna is a little bit of a soft spot here. Repo threatening his health was half HP. Demon Kite steals it away with his first item with the War Axe, and now Chen needs to run for his life, and Demon Kite slowly mows him down, but great sights there coming from Chen. Dodges all the damage with the eye for an eye, and he will live to tell the tale, and RGMY backs out.
Okay, legit, I gotta look at Demon Kite. What items have you finished? Because if you only have one, then yeah, it makes sense that you could not get that kill. Right now, again, RSGMY as well as Lunatix, in terms of the kill score, it's more or less the same. 4 against 3 is just at the goal that you see the big difference. But at this point of the game, it comes to the question, Team Lunatix, do you want to allow RSGMY to scale? Because looking at Lolios, he died once. He had to use his flicker early because he has been targeted for a while. But if Lolios gets to farm, who's going to be more of a problem late game, Deto or Lolios?
Well, it's going to be difficult, but at the same time, it all comes down to Yuna applying those pressure right now. He's got 4 kills, he's in the lead, and so far, it feels like Team Lunatix, they're just playing a little bit more objective now. They're using Zakas to get a little bit more information to try to keep track of where RSGMY is. 50 seconds before this next turtle, but at the same time, Zaf, he's revealed himself, but who do you want to force this though? Aisha in a very dangerous territory, but like you said, it seems like they are going to be targeting onto his Lolios for RSGMY.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of want Lunatix to kind of force it out. And, you know, again, I'm just going to say when it comes to performances coming from individuals, not the heroes, Lolios has been shown he can carry his team when his team needs it. Deto hasn't showed that so much just yet. So even come late game, even if you have an argument that Claude skills better than Beatrix, when it comes to the player's mechanics, I kind of feel like if I gotta put my money on someone, I'm gonna put it on Lolios.
Alright, fair enough, but at the same time, a couple of damage checks here being coming from both RGMY as Lunatix. They don't really want to force the issue. It seems like RGMY, they're just trying to play catch up here. Turtle spawn on the top side, but everyone from RGMY, they're trying to make sure that Lolios is gonna get his farm, but at the same time, they're calling Asia coming from Lunatix to check the bottom side here. We might be a little skirming down bottom, but guess what? Lolios, they do get a pick up onto his Asia. Great chain slots coming from Zeph here, but Yuna secures the turtle top side. A lot of pressure, towers in the hands of RGMY on the bottom side though.
I feel this is a very good trade coming in from RSG. Now Zeph, are you going to get caught by Zakas? No, he was able to step out in time.
Yep, this is a good response coming from RGMY. They know this is not worth it here, but Thunder Album Demon kind of on the second item, so it's going to have a little bit more sustained. They're calling it Repo as well to try and poke Yuna. Zaf trying to interject, but I don't think they're going to go fall off as well. Yuna dropping down to his 10 HP, but Deto is forced to come and protect him. While Demon Kite getting completely zoned out by Chen. RGMI says, you know what, it's just not worth it. Purple buff needs to be secured first. But Does Lunatix try and push this though? Seems like middle turret is going to be the way to go. Zaf, he's going to try and catch Asia again, but no retaliation, no response.
For now, it does seem like Team Lunatix, they're being overly cautious, which I can understand why. You kind of don't want to make a mistake going up against RSG and Y. And now Demon Kite is here just to clear the wave. And all the attempts from Lunatix to push hasn't been good. Sako is taking a bit of damage, as well as Yuna.
Oh, Real Woman Division used as well. They're trying to stall this up, and Yuna getting caught off. And that's going to be the first kill, but Zaf is going to be there as well. Lulio's flickering forward with ultimate here. They catch Shen, they have the damage with the Tyrant's Rage. Zakas needs to run for his life, but is he the bigger priority? Repo doing a fantastic job keeping Detto occupied for RSGMY. And now they want to continue, but is it going to be good? Because Demon Kite, he finds Asia. Not enough damage though, not enough.
Getting kills, getting turrets, and now they even have the gold lead. RSGMY, the map was blue. Now it's still blue, but a different kind of blue. Now it's RSG's time to shine. And this is the problem that I was presenting from the early stages of the game. It's like, Lunatix, you're having a good momentum here, but you're not pushing it. You're allowing RSGMY to get their items, and now that they do have their items, they're just like, yeah, you know what, let's just go for it.
Agreed. AI winning prediction as well. Predicted first 4 minutes is going to be in the hands of Lunatix. 8 minutes here, it came back towards a 50-50 trade because of those level power spike. In this case, I'm surprised Demon Kite is able to exceed Yuna by 1 level now just because of that one solo skirmish. But top side, bottom side here, they collapse on Zakas. He needs to back out, flickers out, wall charge connects on 2. Asia finds Lolios in the back lines and kills them off. And RSG, they lose their marksman, but Demon Kite is still alive. The Lord is still going to be up for contention. They're calling Repo to come and zone them out. Zaf trying to interject, misses the mark here. Yuna also being zoned out. But Lunatix still has the numbers advantage. The Lord now 10%. Yuna doing a good job zoning the back lines, but Repo gonna try and focus and kill on Zakas, and they do find him in the last thing of Real Wolf Nation here. Zaf now wants to continue this fight, but at the same time, RG, they're just stalling for time. Lolios, he's already back in action, and Demon Kite already on its way to try and continue and extend this Lord fight.
Very extended team fight, but again, Lunatix, they did something beautiful. They were able to get Lolios. But after that, what?
Yep, it's
you know?
Yeah, agreed. It's not over yet, but now that Lord, 10% health here. Repo dropping down pretty low. They want to go for a collapse, but no! It's gonna be Lolios that drops the bomb on Chen and Yuna. They lose 2. Just like that, Lunatix wasn't able to retaliate at all.
You know what? I was talking about Izanami, but now I want to talk about Zef, man. It's a good thing that now he's in the lineup. A proper roamer, setting it up for his team and saving his team. This is the kind of play that we want to see. And now looking at the items here, it does look like it is going to be a semi-build coming in from Demon Kite, having a little bit of damage, but also sustainability.
Oh boy, this is getting a little bit too scary here for Team Lunatix, but Demon Kite, arguably one of the best junglers here, and his stats have to be proved as well. One of the highest red trees coming in from RGMI, thus from week 1, and is looking to prove himself to be the best in Malaysia as well, despite being once upon a time called being the best in the world. However, with the collapse coming in, Zaf, he's a little bit out of position. It's gonna get a freebie for Yuna. That's gonna be the decimation coming in, while RSGMY will continue with the pressure. And it seems like Lunatix, they're scrambling. They have the numbers, but Asia, he almost got the rough waves, but the damage was too much for him as he will fall.
Don't let Lolios farm, man. Like, MPL Malaysia 101. Don't let Lolios farm. Look at what he's doing right now. He doesn't care about his KDA. He cares about the damage that he brings out. And now real manipulation.
Oh my goodness, Lolios! He drops the perfect I-1-2. He gets 1 kill, just like that. Lunatix, they're scrambling. Another ult coming in from Lolios. They're gonna try and take the inhibitor down bottom here. And Demon Kite with the concussion here, but Zakas flickering forward does get the connection, but Lolios is still alive. And now he wants to draw blood. Asia, you made a big mistake. And Lolios gets his revenge on the Kadita.
Dude, Lolios, man. I feel like the moniker that I can give him is that the guy that always flickers forward. He always finds the opportunity. Demon Kite doing a bit of damage. Zakas!
Well, speaking of flickering forward, no flicker, no problem. Demon Kite goes in, gets out, gets a kill. And now the inhibitor down towards the last 10%. Lolios will finish him off, and now the taunts are coming in. RSGMY, masterclass performance coming in for this game.
7,000 gold lead. It started off with 1,000 deficit. And again, Team Lunatix, they're doing okay. But I feel like they didn't know that. They don't know they're doing good. And then they just stopped. So now, even look at the items. Look at everyone from RSGMY. Everyone has a gold lead right now. And it's very dangerous for a team that scales very well in the late game.
Agreed. But at the same time, Dato here is one of the marksmen coming in. He's actually pretty close to Lolios, despite not having a single kill. And Lolios having 7. We haven't seen the power of what Dato is going to be bringing to the table yet. We haven't seen that big, major, blazing duet coming from him. Meanwhile, Repo once again being an extreme nuisance on this Joy on the side lanes here. Team Lunatix, they need to figure out to fight this, but at this stage, it's a little bit too late. Lord in the hands of RSGMY again.
Again, I don't want to beat on a dead horse, but this is why I put money on Lolios instead of Dato, because even if he has all the items, what do you do with it? Right? Because so far, he has not been finding angles to go in. Part of the problem is the draft, just because the damage coming in from Rippo alone. I'm not talking about anyone else, because I feel like the damage threat is from Lolios. But just Rippo alone, you could accidentally die when he's just dancing around.
Agreed. But at the same time here, Asia, pretty much the only magic damage coming from Lunatix here, is starting to fall off as RSGMY has finally gotten the necessary items to tank through this burst. But in this case, here comes the collapse as well. The Lord knocking in. Demon Kite already zoning off Dato. Dato trying to build up some charges, looking for the big blazing duet, but Yuna dropping too low. Lord still relatively healthy here. They need to clear it off. But they lose their top inhibitor. There, he tries to go for Titan's Rage. He completely whiffs, but now here he comes. Dato blazing duet coming in, dropping Demon Kite at half HP, but it's going to be able to clear the minions, and that should be all, as they will be forced to back off, and RSG completely retreating here, but Asia...
Asia's not taking the risk.
Okay,
like,
he's not taking it.
I've been down this road twice already. I'm not going to drop down again, and Zakus doesn't look like a tank at this point. He's taking way too much damage very quickly.
Agreed. Now Repo down to the half HP again. Demon Kite going to go for flexibility, effective execution out of there. But the Zakus! 3-man wall charge collapse on them. But where's the follow-up? Lolios retaliates, bursts him down. And now Asia tried to finish him off, but RSG all down towards half HP. Crystal also half. RSG, do they want to make the basket? Do they want to risk it for the biscuit? They're trying, but Lunatix, they're defending this as well. Zaf flackering forward as well. They catch the Yuna. Yuna now with immortalities, but he's gonna die towards Storm Realm Mission. But Lolios will focus on the Crystal and say, you know what?